Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah wa bil alamin wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm just sending this message because I want to let you brothers know and sisters know that I'm going to be launching the Stop the Anti-Drug program, which is going to be simply a program to alert people to stop taking drugs, basically, whether it's cocaine, whether it's marijuana, whether it's alcohol, whether it's any type of drugs. We need to advocate to people to stop taking drugs. Drugs is the root of all of our problems in our societies. It's the root of the violence that is rising. It's been rising for a long time, especially in the black community and the Muslim community as well. Right? We have black people killing black people. We also have Muslims killing Muslims, and even within Asian communities like the Vietnamese and the Chinese, we see that drugs are destroying societies. It's not only affecting Muslims, but also affecting other societies, like the Asian communities, right? So as Muslims, we should not be involved with drugs. We should not be smoking marijuana. We should not be taking alcohol, right? As Muslims, we're supposed to follow Islam. And Islam is a religion of discipline. So if we pray 5 times a day and we live our life according to the Quran and the Sunnah, right, we won't need to drink and smoke, right? If we are Muslim, call ourselves Muslim, and we are involved in drinking and smoking marijuana, then we're lacking when it comes to our prayer or anything like that. Then, because you see, people who take drugs is people that they're looking for some type of comfort and inner peace. So because the unbelievers don't have the truth, they are seeking to basically look for inner peace, and they look for inner peace through drugs, right? Now, as Muslims, right, we don't need drugs because we have the 5 daily prayers, we have the Quran to recite, right? So we don't need to take marijuana. We don't need to be toxic. Now, what's naive is that a lot of Muslims, they think that, okay, I could smoke weed, but I can stay away from alcohol. What's the difference between being high and being what's the difference between being high and being drunk? There's no difference. It's still toxic. So if we all know that if you drink alcohol, your prayers won't be accepted for 40 days. What about if you're smoking weed? If you're smoking weed, it's the same thing. Your prayers won't be accepted either for 40 days, because what's the difference between being high and being drunk? There's no difference, because it's still toxic, right? So as Muslims, we should not be taking drugs, and we should not be smoking. We're supposed to live a life of discipline. We're supposed to be, be good examples for our families. Like if we have children, you know what I mean, we should not be taking drugs. We should not be doing those things, because then our kids are going to be like looking at us and be like, oh, my father smokes weed, so it's okay for me to do it. No, so we have to be like good role models for not only our families but for our societies. We should not be taking drugs. Drugs is definitely a problem, and it's the root of destroying societies. That's why, like in countries such as Malaysia, countries such as Indonesia, countries such as China, if you caught with drug trafficking, even places in Saudis, like Saudi Arabia, like those countries, then if you're caught drug smuggling, drug trafficking, it's death sentence. Because these countries, they understand that drugs destroy societies. Look how many people we see on the streets, and they're walking like zombies because they're under drugs, and they're under morphine and I don't even know like some of these names. You know what I mean? Because sometimes music promotes, subliminally music promotes, taking drugs. You know what I mean? So like, look how sometimes we see these people and they're high, and they're like, you know what I mean, self-destruct. You know what I mean? We see that drugs has destroyed people's lives, and has destroyed societies, and it has destroyed families. So how can, as Muslims, be taking those things? We see in other like cities, like for example in Philadelphia. From what I hear, Philadelphia has a large black Muslim population, but yet over there Muslims are killing each other because all of them are involved with haram, like drugs and music. Music is also a form of brainwashing. The hip-hop music is a form of brainwashing, and hip-hop promotes drugs and violence, and Muslims are caught up into that, and they're killing each other because a lot of them decides to embrace the kuffar lifestyle, so then they kill each other. And this is exactly what the protocols of the elders of Zion want. The protocols of the elders of Zion, they want Muslims to destroy each other. That's what they want. That's part of the plan. Let's hypnotize them. Let's give them drugs so that they can kill each other. Our job is done. Once that happens, it's exactly what's happening. So that's why as Muslims we should not be involved with drugs. And I want to help by promoting the support the anti-drug program, which is just going to be, basically, it's just going to be a program to promote kids and promote people not to be involved with drugs. Even though the country has legalized marijuana is not good for the brain. It's not good for the brain. It's not good for, it's not good for people to take. It's just going to slow, basically it's going to it's destroying people's brain cells, which will erase the ability to learn and to self discipline. It will eliminate that. So as Muslims, we should not be taking drugs, and I see that people's lives have been destroyed so much because of drugs, and I just don't. I'm totally against drugs, and I just want to help promote discipline. You know what I mean? And anybody who wants to help me, please, who wants to assist me on that, please let me know, man. If you could assist me on that, because I've seen people's lives being destroyed so much with drugs, and I don't want to be responsible for somebody getting high, or you know what I mean. It's just not right. We have to live our life clean and be always sober all the time. You know what I mean? That's how we can achieve things. But we cannot achieve things if we're always toxic. So, I don't know what you're saying, you know what I mean? If I said something wrong, but yeah, man, we cannot be part of the problem. We have to be part of the solution, So, we have to promote discipline in our societies, you know what I mean? We cannot promote self-destruction. We must promote self-discipline. There's a difference between self-destruction and self-discipline. we must promote and support self-discipline and we must destroy self-destruction. You know what I mean? So let me know what you're saying, and if you want to help me, that'd be great. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfirullah wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.